Good morning, folks. I'm Ray.
And I'm Ruby.
And we're from R&R Digital Lifestyle. And this morning we are really wanting to do a little bit of a recap of our 2018 and some of the things that has led to where we are today.
So in 2017, early 2017, we kind of came to the conclusion that though we liked our life that we were living at that time, we were looking for something different. And for us, different gets to be quite convoluted because we like spending all our time together. We really do. And in order to achieve that, that meant I had to retire from my corporate job. We had two bricks and mortar businesses that we had to make decisions on because that tied us to having to be somewhere at a specific time every day of the week. And it also didn't allow us to travel in the wintertime and get away from snow because we hate snow. So having to make decisions on those things, we decided we needed to change our mindset. And we went through most of 2017 changing our mindset and deciding how are we going to earn income when we're no longer tied to a job? Where are we going to live and how are we going to live? What are we going to do with our bricks and mortars businesses? And that's what 2017 was, coming to those decisions, those conclusions, and learning new tools so that we could live the life we wanted to live.
And I want to sort of add some clarity to this video is that we're not doing these videos because we're in love with ourselves and we want to
oh my God, no.
put our faces out there and we want to be famous. That's not why we're doing it. We're doing it to inspire people. R&R Digital Lifestyle is a company name that we incorporated or that we run with one of our other businesses. And the whole idea of it is truly to inspire other people to do this. Because even though we've done it and we're on the other side of it now and we realize, wow, why didn't we do it earlier? And that's sort of one regret. You look back and say, well, why didn't we do this 10 years ago? Well, 10 years ago we weren't ready. And I appreciate that. And you looking at this may not be ready. And it's okay. But what we want to say is that I'm 65, Ruby's 55. We were entrenched in our life and our professions and what we did and whatever. And we never thought it was even possible until we started studying or visiting the fact that there is such a thing as mindset. And that when you start and realize everything happens in your life because of you.
We ended up 2017 having gone through a lot of learning curves, a lot of changes in our processes. And we ended up with earning just shy of $20,000 online, which is peanuts. We're the first to say that. But it was proof that we could learn at our age. 2017, Ray was 64, I was 54. So we knew 2018 was going to be momentous for us because 65 and 55 are big numbers and you feel like you're running out of time. So the $20,000 of online income proved to us that even at our age, we could learn new things, find new ways of doing things, and still have the life that we wanted while we're earning income, just not 9 to 5 for somebody else.
$20,000 is what we took in. Those were our sales. That wasn't our profit. So our profit numbers were, you know, 3,000, 2,000.
No
yeah, we have no idea.
No idea, really. It wasn't the point of the exercise in 2017.
The point of the exercise was to actually make or sell our first dollar online. And we managed to do that. And we got $20,000. And we started very small. And so we achieved that. So then moving into 2018,
2018 was phenomenal because we started out 2018 with we know we can earn income online. So therefore we can know comfortably that I can retire, take an early retirement from a 6-month contract that turned out to be 10 years, that we didn't want snow. And therefore we came to the point where we had major decisions to make in order to crystallize and really visualize the life we wanted. So what are we doing with the stained glass studio. I had a stained glass studio open 3 nights a week, open Saturdays. That's above and beyond working 40 hours a week for an employer. We had another small business on the side that was a summer business. We had a house, we had a truck, we had a car. We had responsibilities and things that tied us. So early 2018, we're now at the point saying we have to make some serious decisions. Where are we going to live? What are we going to do? So then we went through the process of, we're going to sell the studio and we're going to sell the house. Sell the house. That was a major one because Ray's a hometown boy, has lived in the same city basically all his life. He's traveled for work, but he's always come back to the same place. I, on the other hand, have lived in the States, have lived in Ontario, have lived in New Brunswick, have lived in northern New Brunswick, have lived in southern New Brunswick. I'm used to moving, and I don't get attached to things. So my first thought was he's never going to want to sell the house because then where are we going to live? But Ray did want to buy a Class A motorhome and go travel in the wintertime. So that conversation came up again. So, okay, we have a motorhome now, dear. What are we going to do in the summer? We're going to come home, park it in the yard, do what? Check on the house, spend a couple of days and say, yeah, well, motorhome's in the backyard, the house is fine, let's go somewhere. So the house is empty again.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That's what brought us to the conclusion of saying, why are we keeping the house? It's atrociously expensive to keep it empty month to month to month and not be there and enjoy the settings. We had a gorgeous little house by the river, great neighborhood. But the fact of the matter is we wouldn't be there most of the time. And this man decided he didn't need the house either.
It took all of maybe an hour to say, yeah, it's only a house. And it's funny, those conversations we never had, because I was of the same mindset that there's no point of ever deciding we're going to sell the house, because Ruby has the studio in our basement, and she's in love with doing glass and glass studio and the students and teaching, and it just was a natural fit. So I never even brought it up, and it was just, it's never going to happen. Ruby's never going to sell the studio, and that's her retirement plan, and that's okay. We'll make that work. But as soon as I said, when she said sell the house, I said, what are we going to do with the studio? Her answer was, we'll get rid of it. We'll sell it. We'll close it down. And I went, wow, okay. So, well, there is no bars holding us back. We have, so it took maybe 2 hours total conversation, and we go, okay, let's do it. And Ruby and I do make decisions fast. We make we're not people to ponder over things, nor are we people to say we shouldn't have done that. We may make decisions that we shouldn't have done, and we may come to that conclusion, but we never have regrets and go, okay, we just go, okay, we did it. It's not a big deal.
All part of the journey.
It's all part of the journey.
All part of the journey.
So by mid-May,
the studio was sold.
The studio was sold. House wasn't. Whatever. And then we said, okay, we have a truck. We have 2 vehicles to sell. We have a motorhome to buy. We have no idea where we're going to do that and how we're going to pay for it. We have no idea. But let's keep moving. And so we did. Advertised the truck. Need another vehicle in this grand plan. So we went and bought a new Mazda. And that freed us up to sell the 2 vehicles we had, knowing that we were going to have to go to 1 vehicle. So we did all that and put the vehicles up for sale. So by mid-May, our truck was sold. We had a new car that was suitable for towing behind the motorhome. And we're now beyond the point of no return. Now it's the matter of selling the house, selling our other little car, and then sell all our furniture.
And that happened while I'm still working full-time, while the studio is still in our basement, even though it's been sold, and the new owner is now working out of our basement, and we're trying to help her with the transition. Because it's important to us that she succeeds. I really do enjoy doing stained glass. Everybody says you're giving up, you'll never do it again. Never say never. I can do stained glass from anywhere, from anybody's studio, so I can go and do a piece whenever I feel like it. But the point is we're still trying to get through this massive change of getting rid of everything we own, I'm training a new supervisor or a new manager at work in order to do the transition at work. And we're still trying to build this e-commerce business that we have no time for at this point in time, but that we desperately need in order to make all of this work. And so we're puttering along, you know, a couple of hours a week we do this, a couple of hours a week we do that, we find another product, we find another video, and then all of a sudden it's done. The house sold, the motorhome is sitting in the yard, 3 weeks of garage sale, and we've gotten rid of everything other than some artwork that we were attached to, some Christmas ornaments, because though I don't decorate for Christmas, I do love Christmas and I collect Christmas ornaments. I have a big trunk of glass Christmas ornaments. And a few mementos from when the kids were young, and absolutely everything else was gone unless it fit in the motorhome. You know, absolutely everything else. And now we're looking at each other and saying, wow, it's September. I'm due to leave work at the end of October. We still have no plans. E-commerce has been running in the background for a year, but we really have no idea. Are we making money? Are we losing money? Where are our projections? Because we had sat down at the early 2018, yes, to say, okay, we made 20 grand in sales in 2017. What are we going to project for 2018? And we had projected over 6 figures. Over 6 figures from 20 grand, never having earned $1 online. And it's only on about the 2nd of December 2018 that I finally had the time, because time is crucial and there's very limited amounts of it, that I finally had the time to sit down and backtrack and see, okay, we had projected a whole bunch of revenue this year. Where are we? Because I'm a bookkeeper. So I did the bookkeeping all year without really realizing I was doing the bookkeeping, filed the taxes when we're supposed to file quarterly taxes, but I never compared it to what we had projected for 2018 on a part-time basis while we're going through this massive change. And I was shocked, absolutely shocked, to find out that we were over the 6 figures come December 1st. I was amazed because we had no time. 2018, we had no time. How did we make that happen? Massive change. Life is upside down. We're trying to get on the road. We have a motorhome. We've never camped in our life. Don't know the motorhome. Don't know how it works. We have to hit the road because now we're living in the motorhome, out of our house. Winter's coming. We have to be down south before things starts freezing. How did it happen?
One thing that Ruby and I have always said, and I think a lot of people say, everything happens for a reason. But you just have to go deeper than that and realize that everything does happen for a reason, but it's because you made it happen. It's subconsciously, unconsciously, I have no idea how it happens, but the fact is, it does happen. And if you do think about things and dream about things, and there's so many cliche sayings out there, but we all thought that they're just old sayings. But when you start and realize these aren't just sayings, they are actually how life works. And there really is more to working and paying bills and 9 to 5 and being in the hustle and bustle of life. But keep in mind, we're doing this to inspire you. You can create change. And we all get in that world that has us trained that you go to school, you graduate at grade 12, you go to university or you don't, and you get a job, and at 65 you retire, and you have 2.2 kids, and you drive a minivan, and you go to hockey, and because we're Canadian, we go to hockey, but if you're watching this from somewhere where there is no hockey, then there's a sports team that you play, and everybody does the same routine. And when you step back and actually look, most people's life is very, very similar. We're all trained to do the same thing. Work, pay bills, live in a house, drive a vehicle, and retire. And the economies of the world have it so that not a lot of people can retire and do what we're doing right now. We can't. We could have never just retired and stopped. We don't have enough income or enough savings or enough pensions or whatever that we could have ever done this. But when we stopped and said, is that the life we want? Yes. How are we going to do it? We don't need the house, so we can save a lot of money there. We'll trade the house for a house on wheels. We can travel. Now, it fits us. Motorhoming and RVing is not for everybody.
And it shouldn't be.
And it shouldn't be. Maybe it's, you know, summer cottage. Maybe it's traveling, doing other types of traveling. Maybe it's staying where you are, but just having an easier life, not doing the same things that you do now. That's what we're trying to inspire. And I know it's possible. And now that we have done it, and in a year and a half, we have accomplished it. We're sitting here. It's Christmas Day, 2018. We're sitting in Central Florida. We are sitting at an RV resort. It's 9 o'clock in the morning or something. We're at the pool area because it's just nice here. And there's palm trees, whatever. It's a gorgeous day. And if hadn't changed it, we would be in our hometown. It's cold. I think from talking to my brother and family members, there is no snow, but it's just cold, and that's not what we wanted. And Ruby would still be working, and on and on and on. So we're much happier with this life. We will continue to work in our business, and on a part-time basis, a couple hours a day, maybe a couple hours a day for 3 days a week or 4 days a week, will pretty much get us where we want to be. And the rest of the time, we're out for walks, we're doing things, and we're making YouTube videos to share with you and to inspire you on anybody can do this.
2019 is around the corner. Please take the time to reflect on what it is that you want. Not pie in the sky. Everybody wants to win the big lottery. Everybody wants, you know, big things. But real everyday living. What is it that you want? What will make you happy? And then you need to start by changing one thing. Change one thing that will get you where you want to go. Once you've changed that one thing, it becomes easier to change other things, to make other decisions that will all funnel into the ideal life that you want. You and your family, you and your friends, you alone, it doesn't matter. Start with you. Where is it that you want to go? What will make you happy? And find the one change that you need to start with in order to get you on the road.
So if you don't change anything, nothing will change. And that's the hardest part of this whole thing, is understanding that you need to change some. Just little things. Change. Instead of watching your favorite TV show from 7 to 7:30 in the evening in the lazy boy chair, go play on the computer and watch a YouTube video that tells you how to do that. That's just one thing, half an hour out of the day. It's not a killer change. And start the process of your mind. And then start, and as Ruby said, reflect on how your year's been. Were you happy with it? And rather than hope for something different next year, say, okay, I'm going to change one thing, just one thing. And that's what Ruby and I did. We changed one thing. We put a little bit of time aside to listen to some of our mentors that we had, and we realized they're onto something. Even in the motorhome, we find ourselves getting into a routine, and we have to sort of look at that and shake ourselves up and say, okay, that's what we did yesterday morning, but this morning we need to go for a walk, we need to do this, we need to go for a drive, we need to figure out this little community we're in. And you have to force yourself to sometimes do it, and then you go, it's funny, you know, you say, well, we need groceries and we're going to run to the grocery store, but we don't even know where it is, so we Google or use our GPS in the car and go, you know, take us to a Walmart supercenter or whatever to buy some groceries. And then on the way we see a sign that says something else, and it's sort of like being on Google, and the next thing you know you're going down rabbit holes and we go, oh, there's a little road and a sign that says, you know, do this or do that, and there's adventure everywhere. And open yourself up to some of those things, because if you just go to Walmart, get the groceries and come back home, you haven't changed anything. You haven't changed a thing. You're just doing what you did, you know, somewhere else. So you've got to be open to those changes and go, you know what, we have 24 hours in this day, we're going to enjoy it. And so yeah, we're happy with our year. I'll let Ruby.
I guess what caught me this week is the 2018 has been phenomenal in so many ways. And I guess if somebody had asked me 2 years ago, how long do you think it would take you to change your life? You know, retire from work, come up with some, you know, income producing things when you're retired, you know, so that you're not getting bored, you're still, you know, doing some of the things that you enjoy to do. How long would that take? And really, I would have said it would take years. I only have, you know, half an hour a week to spend on changing my life, therefore it's going to take forever, and it seems like a phenomenal task. But having lived it, having gone through our 2018, where our life was turned upside down and backwards and inside out, it doesn't take long. All it takes is you wanting it, and it takes the ability to train yourself to make a decision and run with it. And that's what we did. Every decision we made, we said, okay, this is the decision we're making, right, wrong, or indifferent, and let's run with it. And that was the power of changing 2018. Actually implementing the decisions that we made, saying this is what we need to do to get where we want to go, let's do it. Don't care if it's the house, don't care if it's furniture, don't care if it's the studio. If we keep it, we can't have the end result we're looking for. If we don't keep it, we can achieve the end result we're looking for. Therefore, it goes. Implement the decisions you need to make in order to get what you want. That's my 2 cents worth today. Enjoy your 2019. Take time to reflect on it, decide what you want to do with it. It's yours to do with as you please. Enjoy the rest of your day.
This is Ray and Ruby from R&R Digital Lifestyle saying thank you for your time. Don't forget to subscribe. And
ring the little bell.
There's a little bell that will notify you when we release another video. But sincerely, from the bottom of our hearts, we want you to at least acknowledge the fact that you have the ability to change, and never give that up to anybody. Live your life, whatever that is, and appreciate every day, because life is short.
Enjoy your day, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye for now.